Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Scott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bomb, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento, swing y lo ponchó. Ponche de Alvarado, amigos.
Welcome to Phillies Weekly. Another week 19 for the Fighting Phils. A huge victory, a series won against the best team in the American League. We just beat the Detroit Tigers. This team is it's a roller coaster, Jeff, as it's been all season, but we had a huge win today.
Yeah, look, when you take 2 or 3 from the Tigers, it's always big, and the loss was Tariq Skubal, and they scored 3 runs off him, actually more than 3. So, Oscar, it was a weird series for sure, but it felt like October baseball to me.
Yeah, I felt like October baseball. We'll talk about kind of what Dombrowski did and the results of the trading deadline and the initial positive things that are coming out of that. But we have 2 outstanding guests today. The great Anthony SanFilippo is here with us, and also Luke Arcaini. How about that? The Italian gang is here with us today. Hi, guys. How are you? Anthony, how's it going, man?
You know, Oscar, I love the fact that we're doing this live from the stadium, right? And we can tell that you and I are live from the stadium. You can see behind me that I'm in the ballpark. The ballpark's behind me. You're in your broadcast booth. Luke looks like
I can turn it around if you want to.
Yes. Yeah, Luke looks like he's in some storeroom somewhere. And Jeff Kerr looks like he's in a proof of life video. Like,
Hey, look, I'm just where you ate earlier tonight. That's it.
Exactly. We are in different parts of the stadium. I mean, a couple of us are in booth. I mean, Luke, let me put it this way. Luke is where the money is made. So
I was going to
say, in the right place.
I was going to say, I think I'm in the office of the people that make the food that we ate where Jeff is. So,
yes.
We're doing all right here. We're doing
They are
good.
the best, by the way. They are the best. I mean, look, I cannot thank them enough for everything, how they take care of us every single game. But, guys, I mean, going back, what a week, what a series. We lose the series against the White Sox, probably the worst team in baseball. Maybe the Colorado Rockies and them, they're in a fight for the worst team in baseball. And then we beat the Detroit Tigers, the almighty Tigers, with, in my view, the best manager in all of baseball in AJ Hinch. I mean, but we did what we needed to do in this series, and we go back to that stat that was brought by Dave. With KYW, where now I think we're 20-1 when we win the first game of the series, which is, I mean, it's an unbelievable feast. But guys, great to be here with you. Let's hit it. I mean, let's go for it. So bottom line, at the end of the day, you are paid by results. The Phils are in first place. We're back in first place, so we can celebrate. Now we're in first place. The Mets are in second there. I pulled the bar, by the way. Last week we were in second. The red bar didn't go up enough, but we're in first place. We're half a game ahead of them. We have 1 less loss, which is the important column we always need to look. And again, I did this just immediately after the game. So we were in second place yesterday. Now we're in first place, and it's been like this. It's been like a roller coaster. I don't know, guys. I mean, your views on how this season has been, and how, I mean, we don't seem to separate from one another. We're half a game ahead of them. We're 1.5 games behind them. We go in and tie them. I mean, what's going on, guys, in your view? Anthony, start with you.
You want to start with me? I don't want to always just jump in, Oscar. You know.
Oh no, you're allowed to. That's why
you're allowed to. I mean, this is a conversation. I know he's late, but I'm seeing here that Montas is now 3-2. He's very inconsistent, by the way.
Yeah. Look, I look at it and say, every division should have a race. Should. Now, American League Central, the Tigers pulled away a little bit, then they fell back to the pack, but they still have a comfortable enough lead. But every other division in baseball has got at least 2 teams that are racing for it. And just so happens it's the Phillies and the Mets. And don't sleep on those Miami Marlins, who all of a sudden
hottest team in baseball.
They are unbelievable, right?
7 games of the loss column. Like, this is crazy. Yeah,
it is crazy. But point is that, look, when you have the best pitching staff and best starting staff, I should say, in Major League Baseball, which the Phillies do, you're going to win a lot of games. And we saw it tonight again. And I don't want to get into the game specifically just yet, but Christopher Sanchez was outstanding again. 8 shutout innings. Nice. Only was 84 pitches through 8 innings. Like, he could have gone out for the night. But the reality of it is that when you have guys like him, and I know Wheeler didn't have his greatest game yesterday, but Zach Wheeler is still one of the top 5 pitchers in the game. And Ranger Suarez pitching the way that they're pitching, you're going to win a lot of series. And they've beaten I know they lost to the White Sox, but coming out of the break, they won a series against Boston, playoff team. They won a series against the Yankees, playoff team for now. They won a series against the Tigers, playoff team. So, like, they are beating good teams. Yeah. Yes,
but we're not beating the easy teams. What's going on?
Yeah, right. But they're beating good teams, and so that should tell you that the Phillies themselves are a good team.
Yeah. Remember a couple months ago, people were
look at the friends. Look at the friends SanFilippo. I mean, what's going on here? Anthony SanFilippo.
I owe Hexram. I got to mail a check to Hexram.
Oh.
That's what I got to do.
But remember a couple months ago.
Hexram needs to send me his Venmo, and I'll send some money.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
So
you guys remember?
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Remember a couple months ago, though, when the Phillies were on that long win streak against the bad teams, and it was, they can only beat the bad teams, they can only beat the Rockies, they can only beat the Athletics. Well, now they're beating the good teams, like Anthony said. So that is the real sign of a good team.
And if you go, Jeff, if you go back to the last series before the break, San Diego, right? That was another one. That was another series win, right? So you go back. I mean, they've done well against the good teams. They really have.
I mean, they're 4 games over 500 against teams they're 4 games above 500 against teams that are over 500. They're playing.
There we go.
They're playing good baseball against good teams, and I think the biggest thing now, since the trade deadline with the addition of Duran, is, Rob said this in the after the game. A week ago, if they don't have Duran, if this game is played a week ago, that's probably Sanchez's 9th inning. Then he has another game where he throws 100 pitches. Like, the addition of Duran is saving their starters, because a week ago, if Sanchez goes 8 with 84 pitches, he's absolutely going back out for the 9th. But now he leaves on a confident note, and he's probably 10 to 15 less than he would have thrown.
He was asked that question in the post-game press conference, Luke, and you were there, and Rob said probably, like, if he doesn't have Duran, he probably would have put Christopher Sanchez back out for the 9th. That just goes to show how important of an acquisition Joan Duran was, because it impacts every decision that this team makes.
It changes the game. I mean, it changes the game. Look, my hat off to Dave Dombrowski for bringing a guy of that quality. Look, I was talking to Eduardo Perez today, and I love, and we'll get, you know what, I'll tell you what Eduardo Perez said in a minute. He's a really, really good friend of mine. But I thought he was very, very interesting. And as we start talking in the next slide about Duran and the rest of the gang, I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute. But here are the stats, right? Look, July, we went 12-13. We're up to 21 in August. We truly have had one great month, which was the month of May. Outside of that, we've been playing 500 ball. That's the bottom line on this team. I mean, we were +2 in April, +1 in June, -1 in July. I mean, we're playing 500 ball outside of the month of
but
May.
You could say that with every team in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, it's fair. But if you
want
to win the World Series,
that month of May, I would have to go back and just confirm it, but that month of May was a big portion of the time where, like Jeff said, people were saying they only beat bad teams.
Yeah, we played Tampa. I mean, we play Washington in May. We play Arizona. We play Tampa. We play Cleveland. We play St. Louis.
Pittsburgh, Colorado. Yeah, because that was that like 9-game win streak that they went on.
Then we play Atlanta. I mean, those are the guys that we played. So look, the reality, every other stat outside of the whole dynamic with the left-handed pitcher, where we're now after losing to Scobel yesterday, we were -6, 12 and 18 against left-handed pitching. Everything else looks reasonable. But we have, look at how even we are. Last 10 games, 5 and 5. Last 20, 10 and 10. Last 30, 15 and 15. I mean,
but wasn't this supposed to be the tough part of the schedule? This is what we were talking about 2 months ago. The schedule was going to get tougher.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair point, and we're playing 21 games against the American League, which is you're not accustomed to their pitchers and all the dynamics around that. So
yeah, when is this over?
It's after
next
2 more
week.
series.
Next week,
I'm ready for a National League team again.
Yeah, 2 more series.
Well, yeah, you'll get the Reds to start, and then I think it's the Nationals. Yep.
Give me a National League team again.
So let's go. This is kind of the slide that I always put you guys through. I mean, which shows this is the first time the entire year in week 19 that we are even on the we're 3-3. Every week we either won or lost, but this is the first week where we are 3-3. And as I always tell you, we don't score more than 4 runs historically. The last week 17 was an anomaly, but normally when it was only 3 games. So when we don't score 4 runs, we lose the week. And we scored 383 this week. And then our pitching staff have not been good over the last week. I mean, I saw our starters, their ERA went 0.25 runs up this week versus last week. So, and we'll look at the stat in a minute. So, again, we got to score 4 runs, and we have to pitch a little better. Look how well we were pitching on the weeks before that, below 4. Look, we've been above 4 the last 3 weeks. So hopefully we can get this ship in order. And Christopher Sanchez.
One thing I really want to point out with this series, I was very impressed with their hitting in the 7th, 8th, and in the later innings. Like, you got the insurance run for Kyle Schwarber tonight. They battled back on Saturday. They didn't win, but they battled back. And Friday they were down 3-0. They came back. So this series could have went in a bunch of different directions. I mean, they could have easily been swept too. Let's not forget that. But they were great tonight, and I think a lot of it had to do with their offense being clutch and their pitching being their pitching, like Anthony said earlier.
Yeah.
Jeff, I don't have the stat right in front of me, but I'm pretty sure. I'm going to say this with some confidence. I'm pretty sure that the Phillies lead Major League Baseball in runs after the 7th inning.
They
And
do.
there you go.
They do.
There you go.
Ahead of the Chicago Cubs. That is a true fact. And you saw it. The 2 games before this, we score 5 runs in the 7th innings in 2 straight games. I mean, it was in the first on Friday and on Saturday. Yesterday we couldn't do it because of that. The Strom. He did not. By the way, it's the first time Strom. And Tupper said it, but it's the first time since June 25th that a Strom allowed a run. He didn't
give up a run in
July. Month of July.
Yeah, he's been pitching great. I mean, outside yesterday, I think he had like a 2.59 ERA since May 1st. So he's been pitching well.
Okay, let's go to the news of the week. And I start with 103.3 miles an hour. The fastest pitch in the history of Citizens Bank Park by Mr. Duran.
Are we sure Chapman hasn't thrown a faster pitch?
What was that?
Are we sure Aroldis Chapman hasn't thrown a faster
in Citizens Bank Park?
I'm saying in Citizens Bank Park. We sure? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Can I say this? And look, that's really impressive. No Philly has ever thrown a ball that hard, right? I mean, ever. I can't imagine, even on the road, a Phillies pitcher's ever thrown a ball that hard. But can I tell you what impresses me more than 103.3? Sure. Because we've seen pitchers throw 104, 105, right? Okay, 103.3 is awesome, but we've seen that number. Have we ever seen a 99.7 mile per hour splitter?
No.
The splitter is so much cooler than the fastball. And I hope people start to realize it, because
it's unreal.
The splitter is incredible. And I think somebody asked Rob about it either Friday night or Saturday before the game. And he seemed more, impressed by a 99.7 mile an hour splitter than he did 103.3 mile an hour fastball. I mean, you can pick which one you like more. It's a good problem to have.
And JT was saying tonight how much it moves. That's what impresses him. Even the fastball, like just how much of it. What's the pitch called, Anthony? He throws
the slinker.
Splinker.
The sprinkler.
Splinker. That's it. Man,
I don't even know how you catch that, first of all, rather than throw it.
Hey,
But
JT.
I don't know why they call it a splinker. It has nothing to do with a sinker. Duran explained it to us. He said it's a mix between a splitter and a two-seamer.
Yeah.
He said he used to throw a splitter, and then he stopped throwing the splitter, and then he was throwing a two-seamer, and he tried sliding his fingers apart a little bit more like he used to do with a splitter, but across two seams as opposed to the four. And when he throws it, he gets the action he gets, which is pretty incredible. So
Absolutely. I mean, the guy's amazing.
I asked Duran tonight, what is the fastest he's thrown? He had to think about it. He said 104.8.
Wow. Look, I don't want him to blow his arm. There's no need for that. I mean, there is no need for that. I mean, I have not felt like the way we felt Friday, and probably a little bit less today than Friday. I mean, in this stadium outside of Red October. I mean, that is the only time when this stadium has vibrated the way it's vibrated. I mean, it's amazing. When this guy comes into, it's like, I mean, the guy is a game changer, man. This guy is a game changer. I think this was a master play. I know, and I was listening this morning to the two GMs on Sirius XM talk about the trade. They said that he had to pay a hefty price. Yeah, he did pay a hefty price. I mean, having Mick Abel is going to be a good starting pitcher in major leagues. But the bottom line is we needed this guy so bad, man. He changes the entire equation for this team. And we'll talk more about in the next slide. We'll talk about it when we talk about Alvarado. But anything on Harrison Bader that, I mean, you guys want to convey outside of that he has come and played a little bit of a center field? I haven't seen much. We know what he's capable of doing because he's done it before. And he has played in the postseason, have played well in the postseason. So hopefully we'll get that version of Harrison Bader. But he's done his thing and basically it.
I mean, he worked a really good walk first at bat.
I agree.
I think he had a strikeout second at bat Friday, and then yesterday, and then the one
moment, by the way. That strikeout that came at a key moment.
Yeah. But I'm more excited to see him after this. I guess 6-day trial period. I don't know if trial's the right word, but it seems like they're going to do the left-right platoon for 6 days. They said. I'm still just kind of curious what that plan is. I don't know if it's buying time or if they're seeing things. But I mean,
March is hitting better.
He is. I mean, he's up to 286 against righties this year, with 18 or 19 extra base hits. He's been really, really awesome against right-handed pitching this year.
I think it's really telling too that I know Marsh has good numbers against Horton. I do agree with Rob, but the fact that Rob kept him in against the lefty tonight, that's telling for me. I don't care who the pitcher is.
I think it's more telling that he kept Marsh in and didn't keep Kepler in as well.
Well, I wouldn't keep Kepler in against righties.
I think it was defense. I mean, the other thing, the game was extremely tight, and you needed the best version. I mean, the best defense you could have. So that was interesting. But look, I think it's, to me, with Harrison, Bader is going to be TBD. I think Jordan Duran, since day one, he's proven all the value that he had. By the way, he threw in the bullpen yesterday, so it's very possible that he's not available tomorrow.
I don't think he's going to be. If they have to go to ninth inning, I'm assuming it'd be Orion, but we'll see.
That's a fair point. You guys, Luke, do you want to give us an update on Aaron Nola and what's kind of the latest on him? By the way, he threw in I came in very early today, and he threw out in the outfield.
Yeah, so he's been here the last 2 days. He said that he's feeling good. He is throwing 4 innings or 65, 70-ish pitches on Wednesday in Lehigh Valley. I don't know if the game's in Lehigh Valley but I know it's obviously with Lehigh Valley. And I believe they said if everything goes according to plan, probably one more after that. So it seems like a middle-ish to late-ish August return. It seems like we'll have 2 more rehab starts, and then if everything goes well, we'll probably be back up in the majors.
Because
I think we'll see Aaron Nola when they're in Washington. I think that's when he'll be back in the
that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So let's go from there to Alvarado. Do you want to talk, Anthony, about kind of what the latest on Alvarado?
So Alvarado's he's arriving back in town tomorrow. He won't really be talking to anybody until Tuesday, it sounds like. And then he will go out on a rehab assignment. He's allowed 15-day rehab assignment. And then he's eligible to come off that on the 19th. Yeah. So August 19th, he can come back and join the team and pitch for the Phillies the rest of the regular season. Obviously, he's not eligible for the postseason, but why not use him if you got him? Yep. Right?
Just imagine, just dream Alvarado and Duran, one behind the other.
I mean, it's really a trade deadline acquisition when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you can't use them in the postseason, but between August 19th and September the 28th, you should use Jose Alvarado as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, because especially because you need to get guys like Orion, Strom, Banks some rest. These guys have thrown some innings this year. I don't think the Phillies were expecting Tanner Banks to take down as many innings as he has this year. I don't think they've expected Strom and Kerr, at least from the day that Alvarado went down till now, to take down as many innings as they have. So, I mean, the goal, if he comes up on August 19th, whatever day he comes up, the goal from that day to the end of the regular season is to, one, get your guys as much rest as possible, which then means pitch him as much as you possibly can, like Ann said.
Quick question, guys. Let's Jeff, do you want to talk the latest on Robertson and Baum in terms of kind of where we are there?
Yeah, I'm not as optimistic on David Robertson as, look, he can come back on Tuesday. I don't think he's going to come back on Tuesday. It looks like he's going to need another start or two there. I believe he pitched today, guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he got lit up again today. He really, I mean, they did say it was one hanging slider. I believe it was a 3-run homer. They did say the velocity got up to 94. He was sitting around the 92, 93 mark.
Yeah, he's still in like spring training mode. So I don't think he's going to be up until maybe next week.
I wouldn't bring him up until he's ready.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think the Phillies want to keep him down there from what we're hearing is about another week beyond when he was originally thought to come up. So he could originally come up on Tuesday. You're probably looking about a week from that. That he will be available. Probably, maybe somewhere in Cincinnati, in that Cincinnati series, is when you might see David Robertson for the first time. And look, he said, he felt like he was in his second week of spring training last week. So if this is his third week of spring training and you go another week, that's 4 weeks. Okay, now you're a month in, right? And then you can kind of ramp it up from there. I'm not too worried about it. Like Luke said, the velocity getting up closer to 94 is a big deal because that's where you want him to be so that there's separation between his fastball and his off-speed stuff. And then it's just a matter of working on command between now and the end of the season. I think David Robertson will be fine in the role that they expect him to fit into.
Well, he had a 3-run ERA last year with Texas, so he was a productive.
He had a good year for
setup guy.
He did. Look, he's still a good pitcher, and you're not asking him to shut down guys in the 8th or 9th. He's going to be a situational guy, and if a starter does happen to get in some trouble in the 5th or 6th, that might be when we see a David Robertson.
And he's been there before, and he's been in Philly before doing this in the postseason.
Twice before, so he knows how to do this. But I was encouraged with what I heard about Alec Boehm today, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah, they said he ran bases the last 2 days. I believe they said he hit in the cage today as well. It seems like he's moving around pretty well.
He was running on Friday too, and I got to at least talk to him a little bit, and it looked like he was starting to ramp up because I say you run the base good, and he's like, he say he was feeling good. So that's pretty much what Rob relayed today to us.
Yeah. So hopefully, until I see him out there taking hacks in the field, I would not be saying that he's eligible, but he definitely was running well today to our first base.
He'll go on a rehab assignment too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, we need his bat. I mean, his bat is an important piece in this whole equation. Whatever he's going to hit, if he's going to hit fourth, fifth, or sixth, I mean, his bat is a critical component, and he needs to get hot at the right time, where he has not gotten hot.
I think it's so bothering me when people were criticizing like what they did at the trade deadline, and they're like, "Oh, they don't have this guy," or like, "Oh, this lineup stinks. This lineup stinks." I'm like, "Well, okay, Alec Boehm's not in this lineup right now, so it's a big bat. He was an all-star last year."
So the positive thing, we're 9th in baseball in runs scored. We're 9th in OPS. We are 9th or 10th in OPS with runners in scoring position. When you look at some of the other starts at 740 with against right-handed pitching and 734 against left-handed pitching, chasing rate is hugely high.
It's been going up too.
Yeah, I was talking to the ESPN guys about the first pitch. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What they were saying is they're hacking fastballs. That's the bottom line. They're hacking fastballs. I mean, you saw Turner yesterday going after the first pitch with Skubal. Skubal is such a difficult pitcher that they're trying to hack fastballs. That's kind of their. But again, 27 chase rate is not a good number at all. I mean, that is an alarming number. The two leading chasers on the team are number one, Castellanos, as expected, and has been throughout his career, and the second one is Harper. Just for perspective. So it's something just to keep in mind as we continue the dialogue here. We have a little bit more time to dig deeper into these three areas. I mean, chasing, whip, and first pitch swing are areas that we need to think about.
Oscar, I'm glad you mentioned Nick, because yesterday when he hit the home run, and I know they lose the game, right? I was looking through his stats, and it's just fascinating. And this is why people say, well, why does he swing at the first pitch so much? When he puts the ball in play on the first pitch, he is, get this, 35 for 76, which is a 461 batting average.
That's your favorite stat, I think, Anthony. I think that's your favorite stat.
7 home runs, 11 doubles, and OPS of 1323. When he puts the first pitch of an at-bat in play. Now, he has swung through a lot of them, okay? He has swung through a lot of them.
Yeah.
But the reason he's swinging is because when he does, this is what he does. This is the most productive pitch that he has.
The word is in play. I mean, not foul balls, not swing and a miss. I mean,
not swing and a miss. Yeah, when the ball is in play.
But you know what? Even that, when he swings at the first pitch, the numbers come way down, even if you include the times that he swings and misses or he fouls a ball off. But his OPS is still, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's like 850. Somewhere in that 850 range is his OPS. And he has a batting average over 300. That's when he swings at the first pitch, whether he puts it in play or not. So it's okay for him to be aggressive. You'd rather Nick Castellanos.
I mean, that's who he is. I mean, that's who he is as a hitter.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just like, it's what you're taught when you start playing baseball. The first pitch of the at-bat is the best pitch you're going to usually get in the at-bat. And he's always been a first pitch swinger. I mean, half of his home runs this year are on the first pitch. You said he has 7? Because he has total home runs on the year 15. So half of his home runs have been on the first pitch of the at-bat this year.
I know we're trying to go through a sweep of this. I don't want to hang up in this area, but these three areas here, we need to a deep dive. I'm always hugely concerned, and this is more gut than anything. How many runners are we leaving at second or third base with either no outs or 1 out? Today, Mundito hit a pop fly to the catcher. Then who was this? Stott hit a fly ball to left field. I mean, it's just we have such a hard time with less than 2 outs. I mean, bringing runners in from third base, which is scary.
Are you talking about the ball Riley Green robbed, or are you talking the other at bat?
I think it was. Let me pull the.
Because Bryson Sacco broke this thing wide open in the second inning.
Yeah, I mean, it was when we scored the run. We scored the run second inning, right?
Well, that was when Riley Green had that amazing diving catch.
Yeah, that was when Sosa popped up to the catcher. Right?
That's the one that I'm saying. I mean,
hear me out.
base hit by Castellanos, then the double by March, then Kepler went 4-3 and Castellanos scored, but then Mundito hit the pop fly to second, and then that was the play, the great play by Green. Green is a monster. The 3 plays he made this
he's an
weekend.
all-star for a reason. Yeah.
I mean, the guy is really, really good. I mean,
he's only going to get better. He's young.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. So let's continue diving quickly into some of the things.
So you asked this question, Oscar, and I'm gonna give you the answer since you asked. With a runner on third and less than 2 outs, the Phillies are actually hitting, believe it or not. And this is why I know it just seems like they are terrible, but they're not.
But they're actually good. I know this.
Yeah. They hit 363 with a 996 OPS with a runner on third and less than 2 outs.
I'm gonna put you the request. I mean, the actual request. Maybe
no, this is why people like him exist, so to calm people down when they overreact.
But
so I could give you the breakdown, Oscar. If you have runners at second and third, okay, runners on second and third with no outs.
Okay, they're not as 0 out. What are the numbers? I'm writing.
They're not as good. They're not as good. 250 batting average.
Okay, 723. Do you have the OPS? Do you have the OPS?
723. It's not terrible, but it's
average.
It's not great.
Okay.
With one out though, they're 424 batting average, 1367 OPS with 1 out. So they do
give it runners on base. Contrary to popular opinion.
Second and third. This is second and third.
Second and third, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the bases loaded where they can't.
How about that same stat with men on second?
Just on second.
Just on second.
Just a runner on second. Nobody out.
No outs and
no outs. They have a 310 batting average and an 839 OPS. With 1 out, it's terrible. This is the one that's the absolute worst. 165 batting average, 511 OPS with 1 out.
It's almost like they changed their approach at the plate with 1 out.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah, but that's their worst scenario of any. That's their lowest.
So 2 out, so a man on second and 1 out.
Yeah, actually, I lied. There's one that's worse than that. You want to know what the one that's worse than that?
Bases loaded, less than 2 outs.
Bases loaded with 1 out.
Okay.
Bases loaded, nobody out. They're good. Okay. Bases
loaded. I need to digest this. I need to put this. You know how I operate, man, with charts.
Yeah.
I need to put this in a chart so we can truly analyze it.
Bases loaded with 1 out, Oscar. Here you go. This is what you're looking for. Now, it's only been 35 plate appearances. It's only happened 35 times all season. But they are.
I remember all of them.
2 for
20, 2
for 24. 2 for 083 batting average, 424 OPS.
Telling you, it's their approach of 1 out. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna put this. I mean, you guys are gonna provide me the data so I can put it on a chart so we can have it there and say and start studying this because
the Phillies Spanish broadcasts are gonna be at next level after you're done with us.
I'm telling you, dude. You know how it is. We gotta bring it. We gotta bring it. By the way, there was a very interesting thing, and I know I passed it already. When I was talking to Eduardo Perez, he said the following: there are people that are not happy with the trade, that they said that we didn't do enough. He said if the Phillies would have done the Hader trade first and the Duran trade second, they would have thought they would have felt differently about the trading deadline than the way it happened, which is Duran came first and Hader second.
Well, exactly, because they thought that another big move was coming, but there really wasn't a big move to be had. That's what I don't think people understand the asking price the Cleveland Guardians wanted for Stephen Kwan. It was absolutely ridiculous, and anybody would have said no to it.
And not only that, the one other item with the Cleveland Guardians, they are a team that sets a price for their players and doesn't come off it. There's no negotiating with Cleveland.
Nope.
This is traditionally, this is how they operate, how they've always operate, right? They just basically say, this is what our price is. You could try and negotiate with us. We're not going to come
they wanted Painter, and the bottom line, we're not going to give him Painter.
And by the way, they like Stephen Kwan. They think Stephen Kwan's going to be a big part of their organization for years to come. If they like that, anything can be bought.
The only way I give them Painter if they give me Ramirez. If they give me Ramirez, then we can talk about it. I mean, because Ramirez
exactly.
and Juan can change this team.
Yes.
Those
I'm
are
with you on that, Oscar. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I am too. That's where I would give up. You give up Andrew Painter for a superstar.
I would,
not
or a
just
superstar.
a guy.
Exactly.
Or a star.
First of all, really quick, I would hope that we're all in on trading for Jose Ramirez. I would be concerned if we weren't.
I would be.
No,
yes.
that's what I'm saying.
I'd be concerned if we all weren't.
Hey,
Jose,
the Mets,
you
when
look
they
at the
offer
Jose
the
Ramirez
Phillies,
stat. He's the best third baseman in all baseball.
He's
unbelievable.
And he's still, in my opinion, the most underrated player in baseball.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what? Before Frankie Lindor came to the Mets, I thought the same thing about Frankie Lindor. He was one of the most underrated players in baseball. He had a great year last year because his career with the Mets wasn't as good as it was with the Guardians until last year.
Look, bottom line, because I know we are. It's late and we all want to move on this. I mean, this is what I put the other day when we were talking about a trading deadline. The WAR of Harrison Bader for the season. I mean, you look at the on base percentage at 340. You look at the OPS plus at 111. I mean, it's better. I mean, I am amazed to see where the WAR is of both Kepler and Castellanos below Johan Rojas and Brandon March. I mean, that's scary. That's scary.
Four guys on that list, other than Bader, have combined for a negative WAR.
Yeah,
that's hard. That's really hard to do.
$30 million here, guys.
It is not easy for four players to combine for a negative WAR like that.
Yeah,
that is
scary.
genuinely a hard thing to do.
And by the way, this team is 15 over 500 with all this.
And I mean, one of the key questions that I'm going to ask you is about Crawford. And I'm going to show you the Crawford stats momentarily. So let me go to a few of the slides here. I'll move quickly. I won't spend too much time on this. This is where our pitching is.
Yeah.
So our pitching was fourth. Now we continue to be fourth. But this number went from 325 to 347, 43. Our starting pitching have not been good over the last week. But we continue to do the thing. We're fifth in record with most wins. I mean, starting pitching. I'm talking about starting pitching. We're fourth in ERA. We're ninth in home runs allowed. By the way, we allowed a bunch of we allowed 10 home runs this week. Some crazy number like that.
Yes. Well, I mean, you got Sanchez allowed 2 in Chicago.
And then, yesterday
Wheeler allowed 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So we allowed 10 home runs with starters this week. We're seventh in base on balls and number 1 strikeout by a huge margin. Our starting pitching. Here is where our relief pitching is. The ERA went up. We were 23rd, moved to 24th. We were up. This was like 4.
Well, the Chicago series definitely did not help that.
What was that?
The Chicago series definitely did not help that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're 22nd in home runs allowed by relief pitching. We're second base on balls. The reason we're second base on balls is because we don't pitch as many innings with our relief pitching than our starters. And we're 27 strikeouts.
And you can say the same thing with the strikeout stat, but yeah, that's always been a concern this whole year. Yeah. With the strikeouts. The K rates low.
This does not include today. This number went up to 46 and 29, but we're 24th in baseball in blow save. So that hopefully that will change now with Duran here, Duran at home. Let me show you this. This is kind of good news on the Andrew Painter side. I believe it is very good news. I mean, the last 2 starts he's pitched much better. So hopefully we're trending this in the right direction. He's allowed 1 run in the last 2 starts. So definitely trending in the right direction.
Anthony, you and I were talking about this tonight. Do you think he pitches this year?
I do. And here was the question I'm going to throw to you guys based on this. Let's say Andrew Painter goes out Tuesday and has another really good start like he's had the last 2, right? At least 6 innings, low run total, goes over 100 pitches, like starting to look like some consistencies building there. And maybe he has another start after that that's really, really good. You got Nola coming back on we talked about that Washington series. If around the same time Andrew Painter is, put 4 or 5 good starts in a row together, does he come up too and Luzardo move to the bullpen?
I think it's very much on the table.
Yeah, I would strongly consider it.
Because, I mean, obviously Nola's coming back. So that obviously moves Walker out. But if they want to bring Painter up, Rob said today they don't have any plans as of now to go to a 6-man. I mean, obviously, I think things can change if he is ready to come up, Painter. But I mean, I think it absolutely has to be on the table. I don't think their best way and their best plan for Luzardo, if they're going to have him be a reliever, their best plan is not have him be a reliever for the first time a week before the postseason. Like, they need to get him some reps. And one more thing on this really quick for Andrew Painter. My favorite part about his start, his most recent one, is the fact that you saw him go into the 7th inning.
Yeah, clearly.
I feel like a lot of the starts, they've been 4 1/3, 5, but you've also seen that 95 pitch count with 5 innings, or that 91 pitch count with 4 1/3. I mean, 103 pitches heading into the 7th inning for a guy rehabbing is good. And
he's went 6 innings in consecutive starts.
Yeah,
at least 6. So that's good. But by the way, you guys take notice Rob wasn't buying the question. I knew where that was going. 6-man rotation, Andy Painter. I think he looked. He's like, hold on a second before I say something.
By the way, guys, sorry, Luke, that I'm putting you there. So Kepler has 11 of those home runs. What is this? Where is this coming from?
I don't know. That was earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier. No, but I didn't see it. So now I'm looking at it. There is a reason we haven't made a trade with Cleveland since 2015. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler is the best. He's on vacation, by the way. Sorry. We'll talk about that.
Was that the Ben Lively trade?
Huh?
Ben Lively.
Yeah, that was the Ben Lively trade, right? That was the last time they traded?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This part, you guys have to tell me what is this, because I don't understand what that is.
We missed Oscar. Oscar's here, baby.
I'm here.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, I love this weekend, even though this weekend was a little bit kind of cumbersome with the national broadcast. I mean, moving it to at night. I mean, normally this isn't during the day, so it was a little bit more cumbersome. But I mean, the Phillies do an amazing job on alumni weekend. So, look,
it's not the first alumni night they've had on a Sunday night baseball.
Yeah, this is the only thing I'll say about Painter. There's only one concern that I have, and it's the strikeout numbers. And it's not, to me, strikeout means people are missing. The ball, and
swing and miss. Yeah,
swing and miss, and 3, 4, 4, 4. It worries me. I'm not saying that is the deciding factor.
But he's also told me too. He's learning how to pitch. I think he knows how to strike out people, but he's learning how to pitch. I mean, Christopher Sanchez didn't have a lot of strikeouts tonight, and he was as efficient as efficient could be.
Yeah, but again, just try. Bear with me. I love the fact that he's saying that.
See, you want to have your cake and eat it too. That's the problem.
No,
you got to take it for what it is.
That number, particularly for a pitcher like Painter that throws as hard as he throws, and that to me talks about the secondary pitches. Are the secondary pitches developing enough to the point that he's going to be effective? Look, we can bring him here, and he's going to throw fastball, and a lot of these people are going to hit home runs against that fastball. So,
but he's got to learn how to also use his other pitches, and that's what he's doing.
That's the part. I mean, again, if you ask me one thing that I'd like to see more in the next few starts, strike out a few more batters. Again, that's just me personally. That's it.
If he comes up this year, it's
if he comes up this year, and look, it's not a mandate. I mean, and to me, I just hope that he continues to grow in being the best version of himself, because we know how special he's going to be for this team, and we have to think in the long term to his best benefit. So whatever, look, the Phillies are doing a really good job developing this guy. They got me cable to the point that we were able to get Duran. We just got to get this guy to be the best version of himself. This is the bigger question. This to me is the biggest question. Oh, sorry, I misspelled his name there.
That's all right. Yeah,
I was doing it fast, dude. I was doing this fast.
Yeah, we all know the D is next to the S on the keyboard. You're good.
Got you, man. I'm impressed. I mean, look, the numbers these guys have put there we need this in this lineup. Is it going to be the same? Probably not. But can this guy have a 360 on base percentage, 370 on base percentage? He's better than what we're getting right now. So
the question is,
he's not going to bring any power. He's not a power guy.
Do they do this after this little platoon thing they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of, and even this is kind of a flimsy argument, right? But the only thing I can think of is they knew they were getting 3 left-handed pitchers on this homestand, and they want Crawford to play with regularity. So why make him come up, play a game, sit down a game, play a game, sit down a game, play a game, sit down a game?
Because he has a really good OPS against lefties.
Yeah, he's really good against lefties.
No, I know, but the point is that the way that
They want to play every day. Yeah,
they want to play at least more regular. Like I think what's going to happen here is after this homestand, I do think he's going to end up here, whether it's this weekend or sometime next week on the trip. And I think ultimately the plan is going to be 4 outfielders for 3 spots, and they're going to kind of rotate 3 of them in 2 spots, basically. I know there's been, Matt Gelb wrote a story that there's been some internal discussion about Nick Castellanos' playing time and how maybe that could be affected slightly. I don't see it. I think Castellanos continues to be Castellanos, but I do think it's Bader, Crawford, and Marsh splitting the 2 spots between left and center field.
I agree.
And it's a 3-way. It's not a platoon per se. It's a 3-way for 2 kind of thing. It's a weird concept, but I think that's what they're going to go for.
And he's starting more in left field, so that's going to make it even.
Yeah, he played left today. It's funny because I asked Rob on Friday, I'm like, okay, well, Johan Rojas is down. Who's playing center? Who's playing left? Would Justin play left? He said, no, we want Justin to play center because Rojas can pretty much play center in his sleep, and he needs to learn how to play center. And then first game, Justin Crawford, left field.
Well, but I also think at the same time, they want, I think in a perfect world, I think they want Crawford in left and Bader in center.
Well, I think that's what it is. I really do.
And that's why I was, a little not confused, but I was a little confused the other day when he said they want him to consistently play center every day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and I guess if it's him and Marsh, then maybe they want to start sliding Marsh into a more consistent left field because he's a way better defender in left. But I mean, in a perfect world, if Marsh is on your bench, I think they want Crawford in left and Bader in center. So I still think they should be playing Crawford in both spots for now, at least.
I'm curious how they're going to use Brandon Marsh if they play Justin Crawford every day, if they play Bader in center every day, or if they platoon Marsh and Bader. I still don't know how that's going to be yet, but I'm just curious how they use Brandon Marsh when all this finally comes to a head.
I mean, if it comes down to it, Marsh has to be in the lineup against righties. He's been a top 5 hitter on your team against righties this year. He needs to be in that lineup, whether it's left, center, right, here and there.
I put him in right late in the game. I know he doesn't play right, but
he needs to be out there against.
Look, to me,
he don't need the packet. Let's put it that way.
Something very telling, and sorry, I was answering something here.
I know where Anthony knew what I meant.
Something very telling to me is he put Bader in center field today.
Yeah,
that to
I
me,
agree with you.
Everything communicates. He moved Marsh to left and put Bader in center field. Bader is going to be center fielder on a look. If we were starting, this is going to be interesting. If we would starting the playoffs today, I mean, everything is going to depend on how Crawford comes and how he plays. Maybe we have Bader and Crawford as our center fielder and left fielder. The other thing we need to think about, it is not easy coming from the minors and starting in the postseason. That's the other big thing.
Yeah, we saw that with Johan Rojas 2 years ago.
So
different.
it's a unique dynamic. It'll be, this to me is the big, more than the Painter question. This guy to me is the biggest question moving forward regarding, because we have whatever we're going to do, we have to do it internally. And this is if we're going to have a solution for the lack of outfield production that we just saw. This is the only guy that can help us address some of that gap. So
really quick on the Marsh thing, I want to get Ant and Jeff's thoughts on this really quick, because he said this after the game, and I really thought about it, and I went and looked, and when I guess it was the 7th inning, when they pinch hit, and they left Marsh in the game, and they pinch hit for Kepler. Rob said the reason, or part of the reason, was they liked a small sample size of splits.
Yeah.
Marsh was 1 for 3 against him. I mean, obviously that's about as small of a sample size as you can get, but it's just starting to feel like they're just avoiding the Kepler thing. Like it's just like small little nuggets here and there. I think a month and a half ago, I think Kepler probably hits there. And it was a little odd to me. And I get that they had the lead, so they needed to keep some of the bench. But it felt like that definitely could have been a 2 pinch hit spot. And
it's been a weird
they trusted
month.
Marsh, and they didn't trust their $10 million free agent.
Honestly, it's been a weird month with Max Kepler. Like, you're in the club. How many times have you seen him?
No, he's never there.
He's never there. Like, ever since the comments, it's like he's on the team, right?
Yeah,
the guy's hitting 143 with runners in the scoring position.
Yeah, he's been bad.
143.
Yeah,
he's been bad.
The one thing about Marsh, everybody's just trying to figure out where does he fit. You remember at the end, he had the worst month ever in April,
Sure.
Beginning of the season, right into April. Like he was terrible. He went 0 for April, and he had that little injury. He missed a couple weeks. Since he came back from that injury, and this doesn't include tonight because they didn't update the stats yet for tonight, but he only had 2 at-bats tonight, so it's not the end of the world. 3 at-bats tonight, rather. 294 batting average.
Yep.
356 on base, 783 OPS. Like,
you'll take that.
That's an everyday.
Absolutely, you'll take that.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's got to be in the line, and that's against everybody. Left-handers, right-handers, doesn't matter.
I have the July numbers for him. I mean,
he told me a month ago, like, it just felt like a reset when he came back. Like, it's like, okay, like, I'm batting 0 for 0, and I could start over. And, I'm like, well, you went 0 for April, because I honestly forgot I went 0 for April.
I mean, March is 767, so it's not like the end of the world. To me, the biggest issue that I have with March.
But you'll take that from him.
To me, the biggest issue with March is the lack of production. I mean, when you start looking at that position, you want more production. You want more power. I'm not saying that he did not hit for a little bit more power.
But you don't have it. That's
you don't have it. That's
you
the
don't
thing.
have
You're taking what you're getting.
If this was 6 months ago, I think they look for more production, and they attempted to look for more production, and they swung and missed there.
It was not available. I mean, simple as that.
Mullins
ain't gonna solve. I mean, Mullins have power, but he ain't gonna solve it.
No, I wasn't saying at the deadline. I was just like, if you're trotting out the best players on this baseball team, Brandon Marsh needs to be in the lineup every single day.
Yeah, simple as that. I agree. It's it is what it is, right? Harrison Bader probably gives you the same numbers he does, maybe a little more pop, but they just don't have it in the outfield, not consistently.
And
Justin Crawford ain't going to be doing that.
I promise. 3 more slides. So Adam Miller, here are the numbers for the year: 227 average, but look at the OPS, the on base percentage, 348. That is a very impressive number.
He's walking a lot.
I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. And when he gets on base, he's efficient as hell too.
And look, we know this guy have pop. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. We know this guy based on his pedigree. This guy's gonna hit. I mean, we just move him fast. We move him fast through the system. I mean, this guy's 2 years removed from high school. I mean, this guy is going to develop into a hell of a hitter, and that's why they wanted him. That's why his name popped up for Quan and everyone, because this guy is going to be. I call him a mini Bobby Witt. I mean,
38 stolen bases this year. August is 3 days old.
I
think he has 39 now.
I think I said this last week to you, Oscar, and I'm going to say it again. If he is any version of a mini Bobby Witt, we are in very good shape.
Yeah,
this guy is good, man. This guy.
I thought it was very telling, by the way, when I asked Dombrowski straight up about Miller, his long-term future at shortstop. They believe he can play shortstop. That's telling me something. If Trey Turner does lose a little bit of his athleticism, Trey's going to move over.
Yeah, when he grows, when he continues growing, this guy is going to hit for power, and we know the speed is there. This guy's going to be special. So
I agree with you, Oscar.
Yeah, it's amazing he did not lose his top three picks. His top three prospects. Amazing.
And that's why I think they had a really good deadline, because those three are still here.
This one and one more slide, guys. These are the players of the week, brought to you by Mr. Steven Porter. Thank you, Steve, for always being there for us. Felix Reyes continues to hit in Double-A. The guy is a hitting machine. He does not have a set position. He's more like the DH, the perfect DH.
He's the DH for them. Yeah,
he's the DH. Now that they traded Mendez, he's probably going to play more left field. But look, this guy can hack. 417, 1.252, 922. This is OPS, and 922 for the season. This guy is really good. And then there's another pitcher, Mavis Graves, that he's 21 years old. He continues to do a great job. 10 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. He did not start the season hot, but he's our pitcher of the week. So, again, thank you, Steve. Sorry it's late, and thank you for providing all this wonderful information. He put Painter as one of the players of the pitchers of the week as well. And then when you see, here's kind of what's coming next, guys. So we're playing Baltimore, then we're playing Texas, at Cincinnati, and at Washington. So after this 3-game series we have with the Orioles, which are hot. I did this morning, so this was prior to this morning. 7-3, Texas is 6-4. So we're getting those teams at their right times. They're hot, and Cincinnati's 4-6, and Washington is 4-6. They both lost today. I think Baltimore lost to the Cubs, and I'm not sure about Texas. Did they win or lose? I don't remember.
They were losing.
Baltimore stinks. Yeah. That's all I can tell you.
Well, Baltimore can hit.
Baltimore also stinks on the road. They're 500 at home this year. All their losses under 500 are basically on the road.
Their pitching is not very good, but Trevor Rogers has a 141 ERA.
Yeah, he's been on a heater.
Yeah, he's been pitching well.
Tell me again that he stinks, Jeff.
I said the team stinks. I know I know who you root for, Oscar.
In the American League. Yeah. Look, it's going to be an interesting series. I think they're hitting really well, but their pitching is. And they traded their entire bullpen. Everyone that was a pitcher in their bullpen got traded. Kittredge,
they sold.
The guy that Anthony and I wanted to come to the Phillies, Kittredge, is gone. Sir Anthony, Gregory Soto, they traded everybody. But look, it's going to be interesting. Texas has not been hitting. They have the players, but they have not been hitting. But they are the number 1 team in baseball in terms of ERA. So it'll be an interesting week next week when we play both Baltimore and Texas. And again, hopefully, I think we have still a series against Kansas City. But that's what I have, guys, for you today. Thank you. Let me see.
Yeah, so much for 20 minutes. We went an hour.
What was that?
So much for 20 minutes. I love talking to you guys so much. We went an hour.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much. There's a comment here.
Yeah, we went so
he didn't learn to actually pitch until later in his career. That's an interesting comment, Alex. Thank you for providing.
It's true.
I'll tell you that we went.
Look who the guy who traded with Cleveland is. Dan Otero.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dan who? Sorry.
We went so long tonight that the cleaning crew came in here in the middle of this.
Oh yeah, they're in here too.
Yeah, the cleaning crew came in, right?
Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much for doing this. By the way, the fault of this is nothing but ESPN, because they decided to shift this game tonight, and tomorrow we have a game. If not, we would have done it tomorrow. So again, thank you so much. Don't want to take any more of your time, guys. Thank you for joining us today. As always, it's always a pleasure to share. And believe it or not, you know what? We have the most people right now watching than we.
Of course we do.
The entire time. They love late night, guys. Late night here with the gang. So with Anthony SanFilippo.
You can say that. You can say it like that anytime you want, Oscar.
Yeah. That needs to be like if Anthony SanFilippo have walk-up music, that would be Anthony SanFilippo.
Luke Arcaini and Jeff Kerr. Come on, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks.
You guys are the best.
You hyped me up on Friday, Oscar. We're good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, as always, it's an honor. Thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate all of you for joining us, and looking forward to see you next week. We're doing it Sunday night, so we'll have a little bit more time to prepare the slides and all. And by the way, Luke and Anthony are going to provide us all the stats. I'll make sure we show all the stats with men on second and third. And all
Anthony's stats of the week.
That's right. There we go.
All of that. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, guys.
Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento. Swing y